In the heart of a dense forest, during the sweltering days of the hot season, life teemed with both beauty and struggle. Among the myriad creatures living in this verdant world was a female monkey named Maya. Maya had recently become a mother, and her days were now consumed with the care of her tiny infant, a bundle of fur and energy she had named Cavi. The forest, with its towering trees and rich undergrowth, was their home, but the hot season made survival an arduous task. The hot season in this part of the world was unforgiving. The sun scorched the canopy, drying up water sources and withering the lush foliage that normally provided ample food. The forest, which usually echoed with the sounds of vibrant life, was now eerily silent, with animals conserving their energy and seeking refuge from the relentless heat. For Maya and her baby, the search for sustenance had become a daily ordeal. Maya woke up each morning with the first light of dawn, when the air was still cool and the sun's rays had not yet pierced through the thick leaves. She clutched Cavi close to her chest, feeling his tiny heartbeat against her own. Her eyes scanned the surroundings for any sign of food. The trees that once bore sweet fruits were now barren, and the ground was cracked and parched. She knew that finding food was crucial, not just for her survival, but for Cavi's growth and well-being. With determination, Maya began her daily journey through the forest. She moved deftly through the trees, her agility allowing her to navigate the complex maze of branches and vines. Cavi clung to her fur, his small hands gripping tightly as they ventured deeper into the forest. The farther they went, the more desolate the landscape became. Streams that once bubbled with fresh water were now dry beds of stones, and the underbrush, which usually teemed with insects and small creatures, was strangely quiet. Maya's search for food was not just a test of endurance but also a race against time. The hot season had driven many of the forest's inhabitants to desperation. Competition for the scarce resources was fierce. As Maya leaped from branch to branch, she constantly scanned for signs of other monkeys or animals that might lead her to food. Her senses were on high alert, attuned to every sound and movement in the forest. Finally, after hours of searching, Maya's keen eyes spotted a distant tree with a small cluster of fruits hanging from its branches. Her heart leapt with hope. She quickened her pace, moving swiftly but cautiously. As she neared the tree, she saw that she was not alone. A group of monkeys had already gathered, their eyes fixed on the same precious fruits. Maya hesitated, knowing that approaching too quickly could provoke a confrontation. Maya observed the group from a distance, trying to gauge their intentions. The other monkeys were equally wary, their eyes darting between the fruits and the newcomers. Maya needed to strategize. She couldn't risk a fight, especially with Cavi to protect. She decided to wait, hoping that the group would eventually disperse after their fill. Time seemed to stretch as she watched the other monkeys eat, her own hunger gnawing at her insides. At last, the group began to leave, one by one, their hunger sated for the moment. Maya seized the opportunity. She swiftly climbed the tree, her eyes focused on the remaining fruits. With Cavi still clinging to her, she reached out and plucked the first fruit. Its sweet scent a promise of relief. She fed Cavi first, watching as he nibbled on the fruit with his tiny teeth. His satisfaction brought a smile to her face, even as her own stomach growled in protest. Maya continued to gather the remaining fruits, eating quickly but carefully. She knew that this small bounty would not last long, and she needed to find a more sustainable source of food. As she ate, she scanned the forest floor for any sign of other edible plants or insects. The hot season had made everything scarce, but Maya's determination was unwavering. The days blended into one another as Maya and Cavi continued their relentless search for food. Each day was a new challenge, a new test of their resilience. They encountered other animals, some friendly and others hostile. Maya learned to navigate these encounters with caution and cunning, always putting Cavi's safety first. She also discovered hidden water sources, small puddles that had escaped the sun's wrath, providing much-needed hydration for her and her baby. One particularly scorching day, Maya stumbled upon a small grove of trees that seemed to have been untouched by the harsh season. The trees were laden with fruits, their branches heavy with the weight of nature's bounty. Maya's eyes widened in disbelief. She had found an oasis in the midst of a desert. The grove was a sanctuary, a place where she and Cavi could find respite from their struggles. Maya approached the grove cautiously, her heart pounding with hope and trepidation. She reached out and plucked a fruit, its juicy flesh a welcome relief from the days of scarcity. She fed Cavi, watching as he eagerly devoured the fruit. For the first time in weeks, Maya felt a sense of peace. She knew that they could stay here for a while, regaining their strength and preparing for the challenges ahead. The grove became their haven. Each day, Maya explored the surrounding area, discovering new sources of food and water. She taught Cavi how to forage, showing him which plants were safe to eat and which were not. The hot season was still in full force, but within the grove, they found a semblance of normalcy. The other animals in the area respected their space, creating a fragile but harmonious coexistence. As the days passed, Maya noticed subtle changes in the forest. The intense heat began to wane, and the first hints of the approaching rainy season were in the air. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, and the forest seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. Maya knew that the rains would bring relief, replenishing the water sources and reviving the lush vegetation. The hot season's grip was finally loosening. On the first day of rain, Maya and Kavi danced in the downpour, their spirits lifted by the life-giving water. The forest came alive with the sound of raindrops hitting the leaves, a symphony of renewal and hope. The streams began to flow again, and the undergrowth sprang back to life. The hot season had tested their resilience, but they had emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable. Maya knew that there would always be challenges in the forest, but she also knew that she had the strength and determination to face them. With Kavi by her side, she felt ready for anything. The forest, with all its beauty and hardships, was their home, and together they would continue to thrive. As the rains washed away the remnants of the hot season, Maya looked at Kavi with pride. They had survived the harshest days, and now, the forest was once again a place of abundance and life. Maya's journey had been one of endurance and love, a testament to the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child. In the heart of the forest, during the hot season, Maya had discovered the true depths of her strength, and with Kavi, she would continue to navigate the ever-changing tapestry of life.
Rất là phù nữa.